Can you imagine living in a 265-acre zoo?
When I was 5 years old, we moved into a house that was literally right behind the reptile house, right in the center of the Bronx Zoo. My passion for animals has been with me since childhood, and it was probably because I'm a third-generation zoo person. My father was a curator of birds at the Bronx Zoo in New York for 40-some-odd years. His uncle before him worked in the mammal department. Before I went to school in the morning, I had my chores with various animals around the zoo and came home, did my homework, and went right back out into the zoo again. So it was an incredible childhood, no question. But I think my parents were more concerned that all my friends were animals and not people. And so I felt, it probably is a good thing to go away to school. Syracuse was one of the ones that accepted me. And I did a campus visit. I just liked the campus. My first year at Syracuse was a tough one, being away from home, but it was an incredible maturation for me. My freshman year was in Watson Hall, and there was an incredible sophomore there who somehow organized all of us freshmen into an intramural team. And we ended up winning the dorm championship that year. So it went from being this single guy who was working with animals to actually being part of a team. Developing those kind of relationships, that was a pretty big deal. I came to Lincoln Park in February of 1976 for a visit, and then literally within a couple weeks later, Dr. Fisher hired me as the curator of birds. Bird curator was really a fun job, I have to tell you. I was traveling all over the world, working on conservation projects in Indonesia and Iceland and Africa and Central America. It was wonderful. I never expected to be director of Lincoln Park Zoo. It turned out to be an amazing change in my career, a totally different job, but one that I love equally well as working with the animals. The liberal arts education that I had at Syracuse, it was invaluable for me when I became director of the zoo, because my job now is interacting with donors and politicians, and I need to be able to talk about all kinds of things, whether it's art or political science, whatever. And that's actually what Syracuse really prepared me for.
Kevin is highly regarded by his peers in Chicago for all his accomplishments and for the leadership he's provided in the not-for-profit community.
Kevin Bell is a natural leader, and he's played a leading role in the American Association of Zoos and Aquariums, as well as in his own institutions, which has just flowered under his leadership.
He's been CEO of this institution for 25 years. He's created stability, he's created a great staff, he's expanded the physical plant, he's improved the quality of the experience, he's created a very loyal donor base. Kevin understands what world-class is, and he's made Lincoln Park Zoo world-class.
I'm always interested in sciences. I'm always interested in getting people interested in conserving animals and connecting with nature. And Syracuse is another forum where I can do that. When I went back and talked to the kids at graduation, I said to them, you ought to think about zoos as a career. It's not the zoos of your grandfather. And there are a lot of really good things that zoos and aquariums are doing to save animals around our planet.